You don't need a Vinnie.
You don't need a Vinnie. I got a question. Oh, when you played What's the Man for Alice Cooper and you opened up, did you really get...
There won't be any questions from the crowd.
That's telling him.
No!
Stupid
Okay, first question. What have you been doing since the invasion, and what are your career plans for the future?
That's a tough one.
It's a tough one. Hard to answer these questions as they appear here, you know. There's never really a simple answer. Let's see if I can make it as simple as I can. I've been starting my own record company, and I've been recording, and I'm going to be releasing a new record on my own label. And it's something I've really been wanting to do for a long, long time, and the time has finally come for it. And there's a new record I'm working on, which has been almost 4 years in the works right now. And I'm staying pretty quiet. I like, you know, no publicity. I like not being in any magazines and all that stuff. And, you know, I like kind of hiding out right now. So that's what's been going on. And when the record's ready and it'll be released, you know, we'll make it really... I plan to do it without any splash, you know, without any big hype and hoopla, and I want to make it real quiet, and it'll just kind of creep up on you. And you'll know I'm back. In a quiet way.
Okay, at what age did you stop playing guitar, and what... And who were you? Okay, next. Here's a good one. How did you come to start working with Kiss?
Is that a good one?
Yeah!
Do you want the short story or the long story? I can't hear that.
Right to the point!
Right to the point. Hard to get to the point on this one. It actually is a long story, so if I can make it short, I'll try. Ace had left the group. I was introduced to Gene. We started writing songs together, and we started writing the first song we wrote together was Killer.
Cool.
The second one we wrote was I Love It Loud, and I was in awe. I will say it was, you know, I was awestruck, you know, and to hear good songs developing between the two of us was really amazing. At the same time, they were auditioning. I was in the recording studio writing with them. At the same time, well, let me back up again. Excuse me here, because I have to remember this. Gene said to Paul, "It's working out great. You got to hear this kid." And we're writing some great stuff together. I had wrote a song called "Back on the Streets." I don't know if anybody knows it. I see some heads shaking. They heard that song of mine. It was a demo, and they said, "Can we record it? We love it." And they did record it with Paul singing. I ended up playing the guitar in the song in the studio. It came out great, and it was going to be on Creatures. For some reason, it wasn't, and I don't know why, but it did come out real well. Paul sang it great. And we started writing together. Paul and I wrote "I Still Love You" and a couple of other songs. Now, at this point, I was in the recording studio. I still wasn't in the group yet. They were still auditioning a lot of guitar players. And I guess they were not too happy with everybody. And I kept saying, "Look, you know, I'm here. We're writing great songs together. You know, I'm better than these guys. You know, let me play." So he said, yeah, all right, yeah, okay, you know. And one thing led to another. Finally, I think after a couple of hundred guys walked in, they were actually recording the songs we wrote together. And I think the natural thing was to let's have Vinnie play on the songs we recorded. It worked out real well. I ended up playing on the record.
Where was Ace?
Ace was nowhere around. So we started playing. It was working out great, and they asked me to join the group. And that's how it happened.
So you came on board primarily as a songwriter then?
No, I came in as a guitarist, but you know, Paul, one thing Gene did say to me is, "Come here." I kept saying, "Look, I'm perfect for this band. I really am. I mean, screw these other guys. You should get me."
How come he's on the cover?
So Gene says, "Come here. I want to show you why you're not right for the band." So he says, "Come here. I'll show you something. This is I'm Gene, and this is me." He says, "Look in the mirror here." It was a big mirror. We were in a hotel room actually. And he was about this much taller than me. He says, "You're too short." And that's what happened. I says, "Look, there's always ways to work around this." I says, "You want some tall guy or do you want me?" And I think it just worked out where he said, "I don't know, we're going to have to think about it." But it worked out great. They did ask me to join the group, and we did some good stuff together, stuff I'm happy with, real happy. And our chemistry is, thank you, our chemistry is real good, and it's real special to have been a part of this band, you know. It means a lot to me, and I'm hoping to everybody else, you know. So.
How come Ace is on that cover?
How come Ace is on the cover?
How come Ace is on the cover and in the video?
All right, he just answered 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. What was your most memorable Kiss experience on or off stage?
Rio.
I think someone said that it was Rio because it was so beyond belief of a size of a crowd, especially one that didn't speak English. And they were all there to see Kiss. And what was really amazing is being backstage, hearing the crowd. You know, crowds bring the band on in their own way. And I think for them to wait, they were in an intermission period, and the way that they wanted us to come on stage was by chanting the chant from "I Love It Loud," if anybody remembers that.
I see the action pose from the solo I Love It Loud.
And it was something. It was very awesome. Being on stage, I think we're all just a little panicked, and then I think at some point the barricades broke, and I'll tell you one thing I do remember. After that show, the police, which is very, you know, when you're in a different country, the police are not what we have here. And I was sitting on they were these wagons, you know, these kind of, some kind of wagons. And I was sitting with my arm on the, you know, on the rest, the armrest. And the thing made a sharp turn like that, and the door opened, and I went halfway out the van, and I said, "Somebody better pull me back in," and they pulled my arm back in. And that was one of the things I remember of, the two things of that show. But it was, I think of all the things, that was one of the things I do remember a lot.
Vinnie, you gonna do any instrumental on them?
I have some instrumentals coming out on my new record. There's a couple, you know, pieces that are just guitar stuff.
How much of Unholy did you write? Did you write the solo?
Did I write the solo? Let's see. That was a team effort. We worked musically together on that, but I came in with most of the lyrics, and then we just honed them down. There's about five notebooks of lyrics on that song. But usually when we work, you know, one person comes in with a little stronger thing than the other, and some songs are musically written together, and some songs, you know, really jointly, lyrically written together. That was a good trade-off of stuff. You know, Gene had an idea, then I came in with an idea, and you know, that song developed.
How toned down were the lyrics?
Pardon me?
How toned down were the lyrics?
How toned down?
Yeah.
There are notebooks of lyrics for that song. I mean, they really get into some areas maybe I shouldn't have gone into or we shouldn't have touched, you know.
Are you gonna do any more work with them?
You know, when you cover a title like Unholy, you know, it's a lot of ground. So we tried to cover as much as we could, and it got a little uncomfortable. You know.
Who played the solo of Creatures? The younger age.
To be honest with you, neither of us played solo on that one. I don't remember who did. I mean, it could have been one of the.
Don't even tell me.
No, I don't remember. That was early on, and I don't really remember who played that.
Were you friends with Eric Carr?
Are you gonna do any?
Were you friends with Eric Carr?
I was very good friends with Eric. He was a very special person, and I miss him very much. He is on my mind often, very, very often. I don't think there's a day that goes by I don't think of him in some way or another.
I miss him too.
Are you gonna do any?
Not sure about Dan Hartman?
What is that?
Passed away?
I heard that he died, yeah, I did. It was really sad to hear that. Yes, I did. I was really shocked to hear it.
Are you gonna do any more work with Kiss?
I hope so. We always come up with something I think people like, so we work really well together. So it would be nice. I always enjoy working with them, and we have a real good time.
Are you and Paul good friends? So everything's all patched up from the past. And
I'm sorry, what?
Are you and Paul friends, or not from over here in the interview?
I don't know what you guys hear. I mean, I've certainly never been asked to leave.
You just
Pardon me?
You just quit?
Quit what?
Yeah, Kiss. Did you quit or they asked you to leave?
Yeah, is that on here? Is that on here? It is on here. What were the circumstances leading to you leaving Kiss? Is that a good question?
Gene
It is a fair question.
You want the truth?
I always give you the truth.
They're not.
Pardon me?
Why don't you beat the shit out of Marcus Long?
Why did I what?
Why don't you beat the shit out of Marcus
I spend my time with doing better things than more valuable. Time is spent more valuable.
It'd be a good workout.
Let's see. Events leading to leaving Kiss. So that's a good one, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Pardon me?
Get in there.
Let's see. How did that happen? Okay, events leading up. Truth, right?
Give it to us straight.
A lot of times, the truth is not really said, and it's disturbing a little bit. You hear and read stuff, and sometimes I will, and I'll just say, how did that get in there? Right?
Did you quit during the Lick It Up tour?
No, I'll tell you what happened.
European leg?
Let us hear it.
No, I'll tell you what happened exactly. We got off of what record was it? Look It Up. Finished the Look It Up record, came off tour. There was a point with me, which it was a very hard time, okay?
Was it your choice or theirs?
It was my choice. It was my choice. I wanted very much to do music that I had in me for a long time, and it was a creative decision, not personal. I enjoyed the company very much. To say we enjoyed each other's, I don't know. I enjoyed being with them. I don't think I've ever had better times too being with people. I mean, laughs. We were always laughing, you know, putting makeup on, just having a ball. And it was really a lot of fun. And Paul Stanley is one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. Eric Carr was always cracking stuff that was the funniest stuff you ever heard. So there was a very, very good feeling, but it was a creative thing for me. And we got off the Lick It Up tour, and everybody said, well, we'll see each other in a couple of months. Everybody go write some stuff, demo it, and bring it in, and we'll start recording for the next record. So I went in a recording studio and recorded Twisted, Boys Are Gonna Rock, Shoot You Full of Love, Animal, I Want to Be Your Victim. Those are my demos. And after I finished them, I called in a guy to sing them that I knew, and I liked his voice. And his name's Robert Fleischman. And I said, gee, I really like this, you know, and this is what I've been wanting to do for a long, long time. So that was the decision. It was something that had to be, I guess, you know, for the situation. And Chrysalis offered me a signing deal that was really very rare for their label. It was such a big offer that I just couldn't pass it up. And it's hard to do. It's hard to really leave a group like Kiss that you become a part of. And hopefully, I feel I was, as far as all of our writing was concerned. Gene, Paul, and I really had a great chemistry, and it was something I think I treasure. I mean, it's when we get together, you know, something happens. I don't know, something special happens for me musically. So it's hard to leave something like that. But I guess it had to be, in the time presented itself. And that was it. And I don't think the feelings were really great, you know, because I think what was really difficult, if I can put this in here, and I guess everybody knows, what was really hard is, you know, to make a new start with the band and have it work, and then have you leave. So the feelings probably were not as great as I would have hoped them to be. And I think that's maybe why everybody's been a little angry over the years, you know. Maybe.
Okay.
Have to ask them.
How'd you tell them that you were leaving? Did you notify like a manager?
Oh God, it's hard to say. It's going back a ways, so it's a little hard to say.
Wasn't like you just told them personally? Like you just called them up?
I think it was just working out that it wasn't going, you know, I wasn't coming back. Maybe through management. It was hard to talk to each other at that time. You know.
Were you going to do Analyze?
Was I? that's what we were starting to do. We were starting to do that record.
During an interview in 1983, night flight interview, you guys did makeup and costumes, and you were talking with Gene about saying how we were getting together and writing and everything. And he said, and I found out just today a friend that we may not be a friend. Who was that you were referring to?
Found out what now?
You were talking about how you were writing with Gene. So kind of joking. I snuck in the back door. You said kind of joking, I think. Through a mutual friend who I just found out today may not be a friend. Is that Adam Mitchell or somebody else? Yeah.
I don't recall the connection. That's why
You said that you met Gene at a party. You were at a party and Gene was there for a friend of yours. You passed Gene a note saying, "Hey, we can use a, you know."
Yeah, and someone was upset over that.
Gene called you up. It's by accident that you really met, because you didn't know if you'd see Gene again after that party.
I don't remember that interview real well. I'd answer it if I could remember it, but I don't remember what I.
That's a little obscure.
Yeah, and so going back a ways too. So a lot of things going on between.
You regret leaving Kiss?
Do I what?
You regret leaving Kiss?
Not for a second, really. I mean, I think the times we did together were great. We could have done more. I mean, I know we could have gone on for some more years. Let me say this: the regrets would be, I'm sure we would have made some more great records. Musically, I think our chemistry was great. It's, you know, look, it's a really hard thing to answer. Yes and no. I mean, I don't want to say all yes or all no, but there's a part that's yes, there's a part that's no. I mean, if that's... I'm not a politician, so, you know, it's not to please anybody, but there's a part that's musically and personally yes and no. I would say that.
Were you pleased with the 8th day?
Yeah, that came out great. You know, to answer that question a little further, when I'm creating stuff on my own, I don't regret it, because, you know, I've been working on this new record. It's what I want to do, but yet, you know, if you can have both things, it's great. You know, if you can have this and that would be the best thing.
What's the name of the new label that you're starting?
Metaluna Records.
Metaluna.
Metaluna Records.
No connection with Mezzaluna.
No, absolutely not.
Same members?
Robert Fleischman's singing the lead. I do all the guitars, bass, all the vocals with him, and I have a drummer that's really hot. And it's something that I'm hoping everybody will be as happy with as I am.
When are you going to tour?
I was asked that already. I don't know, only because touring is so strange right now, and I don't want to just go out to nothing. You know, I want to make sure it's a good tour if I can, and just wait for the right thing to happen, you know? I didn't mean to do that.
We got one final question, because we have to get the autograph session, so everybody gets a chance to get autographs. You only wore the makeup for a short time. What were your feelings about taking it off during Lick It Up?
That's an easy one to answer, because it was for a short time. So I didn't really have I wasn't in panic taking it off, you know. There was nothing of, gee, I don't know what to do without this, you know. So on my end, it was only for one tour, and, you know, for the setup of the Creatures and to join the group at the time. You know, when I joined, that was the stage of the group, so we were still in makeup. But I wasn't panicked about taking it off, so it came okay.
Who came up with the scheme for you? Did you create your own persona? Or?
No, I think Paul came up with that. I thought it was brilliant.
What was it supposed to represent?
It was an ankh. It was an Egyptian symbol for life, and it was really a terrific,
tough.
simple,
It was tough as hell.
Great idea.
Are you going to jam with the band tonight?
Kiss is here tonight?
No. Cover band.
I guess so, but
It's close to Seekonk.
Do it.
Yeah, we'll see. We did once before, and it was fun.
I think they can find
Vinny, get up and sit in on a tune. If you can. If you're going to be around, please do. Please do.
Do it.
That'd be a treat.
Dr. Love.